that he had put her head on a shelf and screamed at it for an hour, threw darts at it, and ultimately smashed her face in. He also cut her tongue out and her larynx and put them in a garbage disposal.
Tell me in a sentence who you are.
I'm nobody. I'm a bum. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine and a straight razor if you get too close to me.
Do you ever feel violent?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Describe the feeling that you get when you feel like killing people.
Well, last March 11th, I was hallucinating, and I took a razor blade and I cut a man's throat.
Here in the hospital?
Here in the hospital.
Do you think you'd murder me, Joe?
Yes.
That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
And you don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place.
I hope I never do either.
Welcome all you true crime lovers. Sit back, grab that blanket and hot beverage, and prepare for another Saturday night of The Murder Show. Whose mind and story will we dive into tonight? Now for your host, Tim, and alongside him, his co-host, Criminology, Chris, and Classroom Jackie.
Under a quiet row house in North Philadelphia, behind a steel door that was never meant to be locked, there was a cellar. A place where daylight never reached. A place where fear lived in the walls. For the woman trapped down there, time didn't move forward. It only deepened. Into darkness, into terror, into the twisted world of a man who called himself a preacher, but built a chamber of suffering beneath his home. Welcome to the Murder Podcast Show, Season 2, Episode 9, Cellar of Horror. The Case of Gary Heidnik.
Welcome, everybody. Hey, I got to start things out by messing up and forgetting my part, but that's okay, though.
I got it.
That's why they hired me. They said, we need to hire a fuck up. So, welcome, everybody, to another fabulous Saturday evening here on the Murder Podcast Show. Welcome in. Man, we already got quite a few people in here. Hell yeah. So, yeah, hopefully everybody had a great week. It was a crazy week for myself. Actually, I think for most of us.
Yeah.
Just one of those weeks in general. We're going to start things out per usual. Order of business here, our sponsors. We have Crafty Corner by Laura. Laura makes all handmade crochet items, jewelry, plushies, and more. You can check them out on Instagram at Crafty Corner by Laura and on Etsy. You can also email them at thecraftycornercrochet@gmail.com. And then, of course, we have the fabulous and famous Dubby Energy Drink. This stuff is great. No jitters. Helps you focus when you come down off of it. It's smooth and all that. You don't crash hard and that kind of stuff. We drink it all the time, and definitely hour or so before the show. Head over to Dubby, dubby.gg, and when you purchase any of their products, use promo code MurderShow66 at checkout, and you'll receive 10% off. And of course, last but not least, Dochi Snacking Edible Cookie Dough. It comes in a jar, has various flavors. You can either bake it or you can eat it raw. It's gluten-free, plant-based, contains no eggs, dairy. Stuff's great. They've got different flavors from chocolate chip, WTF fudge brownie, peppermint baddie, and basic bitch. And when you purchase any of their products at dochifoods.com, once again, use promo code MurderShow66 and you'll receive $5 off of your order. This stuff is fantastic. We've already done a review on it before on the show, and it was fucking sweet.
Yeah.
So anyways,
I assume these are not Dochi cookies.
No, those are not Dochis.
You might think you're a fuck up, Tim, but you're a fuck up that makes damn fine cookies.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I mean, you buy it in the store and it comes in the package.
This was your opportunity to say, I know, I'm a great baker.
Don't give away your secrets, man.
I'm a fabulous bake. What can I say? Anyways, David, welcome into the chat. First one in the chat.
See what I
David
put up with here?
David says, I am in the chat. I don't give a fuck, and I'm here. And he likes trash cans. Anyways,
I thought
if
it was
you
dumpsters.
if you want a discount on dumpsters or trash cans, please hit up David at www.davidtrashcan Japanese. I got nothing. That's all I got. .com. We'll go with that. I don't even know where I was going with that,
I
but
don't even know either.
I don't care. So, anyways, our new segment here. We're gonna send this over to Classroom Jackie's 1 minute of murder, and she is going to give us the social media updates here.
Classroom Jackie's 1 minute of murder.
Guys, we have big news. So, Instagram is our lowest following. It doesn't seem as popular as it used to be with only 26 followers. YouTube, we officially hit 105 subscribers. Our Facebook has hit 110. And our TikTok, 1,056 followers. We also had a huge podcast, Into the Weeds, who joined us last time, followed our page and liked some of our videos this week.
Yeah, that was really sweet. And the fact that they responded back and all
Yeah,
that
they
too,
sent
that
us
was really
they
cool.
sent us a message back. We reached out to them and thanked them for joining us. We didn't think we'd hear anything back.
Yeah.
Just because of how big and busy they are, and they've messaged us back and said thank you. It's incredible and it's humbling that we actually had this opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Unsafe Snuggie, welcome in. Thank you. We do appreciate it. You know, I'm still in awe and shock about a lot of it. I mean, even though we do this for fun and it's just something fun to do, you know, on the side, but I never expected it to get where it's at right
I'd love
now,
to see us hit
105.
I would love to see us hit like 500 by summer and 1,500 on TikTok and everything just keep growing.
Hey, goals, right?
Yeah.
Because what's
Yeah.
cool is if we hit 500 subscribers on here, YouTube, I can open up and do the subscriber where it's like you can charge like $1.99 a month, and if people pay for that, then you can do member things, certain like videos where
episodes,
only
things like those,
mini
yeah.
episodes where only members that pay for that can do it, you know, and you can
Oh,
make it
yeah.
dirt cheap, you know. So I subscribed to one on a court one. Oh, by the way, okay. Oh, cousin in Hawaii's watching. Very cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Very, very cool.
That's awesome.
So tonight, this I thought Ed Kemper was really messed
Oh.
up, but this guy makes him look pretty mild.
Dahmer makes him look tame.
Makes most of them look pretty calm.
And you'll catch a lot of similarities with more of the killers that we've hit with this guy. But
Yeah.
he was before all of the ones that we've mentioned, pretty much.
Yeah, this guy. So this guy actually inspired Buffalo Bill, the whole Buffalo Bill, you know, Silence of the Lambs movie and stuff, which I'm
Right.
sure everybody knows for the most part. So this guy, Gary Heidnik, I had to make sure I pronounce it right.
Mhm.
Chris will honk the damn horn if not.
Oh, the horn has returned.
It's
Oh,
back.
God. So
Honk the horn.
I
Gary,
gotta keep people in line, you know.
Gary Heidnik, he just sit back and get yourself ready for this one.
We
For
hope you have
the
your
amount-
blanket and your drink.
Yeah. So, excuse me there. I got to get my voice ready to go. Under a quiet row house.
We already did that. Tim.
Oh,
that was that opening we
messed
talked
up.
about.
Yeah, that was the opening. See, I'm doing bad
Sorry.
tonight. I'm doing really bad. So,
We're into
Gary,
the early childhood.
Gary, listen, leave me alone, okay? I know where we're at now, okay?
Yes.
So, yeah. Oh no, I don't know where we're at. We fucked up.
I'll start it out.
No, we're okay. Yeah, he's the man who blended religious and blah blah blah.
You're into the introduction.
Ah, shit. You know what?
Go downhill.
I am just listen. I thought I had all this shit ready to go,
Your scroll. Okay. After the. Oh, we wrote this. We worked on something cool.
Yeah.
And we practiced it a little bit, and then we forgot.
No, we didn't.
So underneath where it says Cellar of Horror, where it says introduction, that's where we're starting. Okay, we're good to go. And I'm host 2. You're host 1.
Oh shit! Listen, Dubby did not kick in yet. Yeah, that's where I was at. Host 1. Yeah, blah blah blah.
I gotta talk first. So.
Oh well, you talk first then. Classroom Jackie's gonna start. Go ahead. This is what makes it fun though, because you guys know that this shit's not really fucking rehearsed. All right.
No, it's not.
All right, go
Welcome
ahead.
to How to Run a Podcast.
Go ahead.
We're gonna be, don't listen to us.
Tonight we're stepping into one of the most disturbing cases in American history. A case that shook Philadelphia in the late 1980s. A case that forced investigators, prosecutors, and the public to confront a level of cruelty that felt impossible to understand.
So, as I mentioned, we are talking about Gary Michael Heidnik, and he's got the same middle name as me. Awkward. He is a man who blended religious, delusion, manipulation, and calculated control into something investigators struggled to, comprehend. He's a man who lived in plain sight, a man who hid his crimes beneath his own home.
Now we're going to just do this once and one time only from now on. This episode is intended for mature audiences. We will not describe the exact graphic violence that happened, but it is a subject matter involving kidnapping, abuse, and psychological torment. Listener discretion obviously is advised. If you don't like it, just walk away.
That is true. Or click out of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Easy to solve.
All right. So let's begin. Early childhood is where we're going to start. So Gary Heidnik was born on November 22nd, 1943 in Eastlake, Ohio, which is actually a suburb of Cleveland. His childhood was marked by his instability and emotional neglect. His parents divorced that horn makes me nervous, dude. So I feel more pressure.
You gotta be perfect.
His parents divorced when he was young, which a lot of these that we talk about, it seems like the parents usually end up splitting up and, divorced, which is kind of like a trend that we see. And he and his brother were raised primarily by their father, a man described as strict, cold, and often cruel. And how many times do we see that?
Right. It's a lot. It's pretty common.
Yeah.
Neighbors and classmates later described Gary as odd, withdrawn, and unreachable. He rarely made eye contact, he didn't play with other kids, and he didn't laugh. He didn't connect. He was the child who sat alone at lunch, staring at the table, lost in his own world.
And that kind of reminds me of Dahmer, because Dahmer was like that in school.
He was.
He's quiet and kept to himself, but he was real good too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he wasn't unintelligent, just like we were just mentioning. In fact, he was the opposite. Heidnik scored extremely high on IQ tests, high enough to qualify for advanced academics. Jeez, I wish I could.
AP classes, yeah.
Raptor Jesus, welcome in. Hi. But intelligence didn't translate into social ability. He struggled to read people, to understand emotions, and to form relationships.
By his teens, he was already showing signs of deep psychological disturbances. He dropped out of high school and after repeated conflicts with teachers and peers. He enlisted in the army at 18, hoping for structure, maybe even purpose.
And for a moment, it looked like he might find it. He excelled in technical training. He scored high on aptitude test, but the stability didn't last. So what's technical training? Like what?
Oh, he was in the military.
Like gunner, tanks, medicine, things like those.
It could have been it could have been a great many things.
Gotcha.
Like a tech school almost.
Oh, like going to tech school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be fixing machinery. Who knows?
Okay.
Heidnik began experiencing severe mental health symptoms during his service. He was hospitalized multiple times and eventually discharged with a psychiatric diagnosis. And that's where the patterns begin. A man who could function just well enough to blend in, but whose inner world was spiraling. After leaving the military, Heidnik reinvented himself. He moved to Philadelphia and founded a small religious group he called the United Church of the Ministries of God. It wasn't a church in the traditional sense, it was a tax shelter, a front, and a way to gain influence. Kind of like Manson.
Yeah, like the cult thing.
The
Okay.
family. You'll notice, like, as we keep going, a lot of the killers that were after his time or in the middle of it match up to a lot of the things that he was doing.
Yeah, yeah. And he was also using the which we'll get into it here now, but he was doing the stock market with the church,
Yeah, the
which is
funding.
or the funding, which is
Oh, yeah.
just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So he preached about salvation, prophecy, and divine purpose. He collected money or people, but just like we were talking about, I think they call it now in church, it's like tithing or something.
Donations. So
Yeah.
it's still a donation. A donation is a donation,
Is
no
it?
matter what you call it.
Well, okay, all right, let's get technical. uh he convinced I'd never pronounce this word right. Vulnerable people that he was a spiritual leader, and he used the church's bank account to amass for small fortune, money he would later use to support the twisted world he was building.
He wasn't a charismatic preacher. He wasn't warm or welcoming, but he was persistent. He targeted people who were struggling, people who needed help, who needed hope. He needed someone to tell them they mattered.
And he used his, oh God, not again.
Vulnerability.
You set this up to where I'd have all these fun words. Thank you. What she said to his advantage. Heidnik's church became a tool. It was a way to gain trust, money, and access to people who wouldn't question him. Damn. God. She hasn't gotten the horn once, and she always gets the horn by now.
There's still time.
This
There's
is
still time.
bullshit.
You're getting fucking hammered tonight, man.
Hammered with the horn. Thanks. Go
You
ahead.
have a vulnerability to my horn.
Neighbors saw him as strange but harmless, a recluse, a man who kept to himself. No one imagined what was happening behind closed doors.
Before the cellar, before the basement, before the horrors that would define his legacy, there were warning signs. Heidnik had a history of targeting women. I'm not doing it. Women who needed help, women who trusted him.
In the 1970s, he was accused of assault, accused of kidnapping, accused of cruelty, and in one case, he took a woman to his home and held her against her will. In another, he fathered a child with a woman who had significant cognitive disabilities, a relationship that raised serious ethical and legal concerns. I said the word, the big word.
Yeah, you need a horn. Anyways, but the cases were inconsistent. The victims often lacked support, and the system failed them, and Heidnik slipped through the cracks.
Each time he avoided consequences, he escalated. Each time he wasn't held accountable, he grew bolder, more confident, more dangerous.
Oh. You gotta
In
stop.
November 1986, Heidnik abducted his first known victim in what would become the Cellar case. He lured her with promises of shelter and support, the same tactic he used before.
He brought her into his home on North Marshall Street, a modest row house in a working class neighborhood. Nothing about the outside suggested what was inside the home.
He led her down the stairs into the basement, and there she found a pit, literally. A hole dug into the concrete floor, chains, makeshift restraints, a space designed to strip away hope. And when we say a pit, it's You can look at the pictures, the documentary we
Oh
watched.
yeah,
It is a hole in the concrete into the dirt. It is huge.
yeah. The basement literally. I mean, it was bigger than a crawl space a little bit. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't like was it Gacy's type
Right.
setup where you really couldn't stand up.
Yeah, but and the pit wasn't like a well. It was just like
It was just like somebody busted up the
Yeah.
concrete
Right.
and dug down a little bit or however far, you know.
Yeah.
You want me to say the big word?
The big word. Listen, Linda. All right. So, anyways, this wasn't improvisation. Hey, look at that. This wasn't a moment of impulse. This was planned, deliberate, and constructed.
And it was only the beginning.
When investigators later examined the basement, they realized something chilling. This wasn't a spontaneous crime scene. This was a constructed environment, a place built with intention.
The pit in the floor wasn't an accident. It was deliberately reinforced, covered. Heidnik was preparing the space long before the first woman was brought here. He had created a system of restraints, chains, and makeshift barriers that allowed him to control every movement.
He had also manipulated the environment. He controlled the temperature, the lighting, and the noise. He used deprivation,
Deprivation.
hey, all sounds the same, as a tool. Not in a graphic way, but in a psychological one. He understood that fear grows in darkness, in silence, and in uncertainty.
And he used that understanding to maintain power. He isolated the women from one another. He created rules, strict, unpredictable rules, and enforced them with consequences that kept the women terrified of disobeying.
And this wasn't chaos, this was a system, a twisted, calculated system of control.
As more women were abducted and brought into the basement, a fragile community formed, a bond built on survival. They whispered to one another when they could. They shared what little strength they had, and they tried to protect each other.
But these conditions were brutal. The women were kept restrained for long periods. They were deprived, don't honk that horn, of basic needs. They were forced to endure an environment designed to break their spirits. And they literally, I mean, when they say that these conditions were brutal,
Oh, they were.
I don't even think that word is, big enough to actually describe how bad these were. And we'll get into it. I mean, this gets nuts.
It's a mess. And yet they resisted, not through rebellion, but through resilience, through small acts of defiance, comforting one another, sharing information, and keeping each other alive emotionally.
One survivor later said that the only thing that kept her going was the presence of others, that even in the darkest moments, she felt a responsibility to help the women next to her survive.
That bond, that shared determination, became the thread that held them together.
I had to fix myself. My damn shorts were riding up. Never a good thing. As the months passed, Heidnik's behavior became more erratic, more controlling, more unpredictable. He believed he was building a family, a twisted, delusional vision of obedience and I'm not even hierarchy. So, like you stated in the beginning, like the cult,
Yeah.
Manson. I mean, that's what he was trying to do.
Except these were forced followers and part
Well,
of the prison.
Yeah,
Not
but
welcome and willing.
but if you think about it in a way, I mean, okay, Mansons weren't forced, but he was using the drugs
Yeah.
to get in their head and actually control them.
He was manipulating them.
Yeah, manipulating them with using
Mhm.
what was it again they were doing?
LSD.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. That's why he's hired as my co-host.
Yeah, I'm here for you, buddy.
Yeah, get rid of that horn and you'll be here for me.
Well, still, I'm keeping things on track, man. Hey.
He imposed strict routines. He monitored every movement. He punished perceived disobedience, and he created an environment where the women never knew what would happen next.
And unpredictably is its
Predictability.
what's that?
Unpredictability.
God damn it! I'm getting tired of this.
Is its own form of torment. When you don't know what's coming, fear becomes constant. It becomes the air that you breathe.
But even in that fear, the women watched him. They studied his habits and they learned his patterns. They waited for a moment, any moment, when escape might be possible. In March 1987, that moment finally came. One of the women noticed something different, a mistake. Heidnik had left a restraint looser than usual. He was distracted. His routine was off.
So she took the chance. She slipped free. She climbed the stairs. She pushed open the door and she ran.
I get the horn. I lost my spot.
Yes. I've only had
That was for you.
I've only had 8 horns and she's had 1.
Yeah, well,
And it's
I
normally
found
the
it.
other way around.
Found it.
when she gets going, though, she gets
Let's
going.
let's put a vote in the chat. Who do you think's going to get the more hones?
9.
There's another one. Another one.
The more horns. All right, continue on, asshole.
The one. I had to get like a dry erase board. Keep tally.
She ran through the streets of Philadelphia, terrified, injured, but alive. She flagged down help, and when police arrived, she told them everything.
Officers went to Heidnik's home. They entered the horn as a paid actor. That's what Unsafe Snuggie said. Be sure to take my side too, please and thank you.
You don't have to.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Back me
They
up.
entered the basement, and what they found changed the case forever.
The women were still there, still chained, still waiting for rescue.
When police entered the basement, they were confronted with a scene, and the nightmare was finally exposed.
Okay, hold on. So we didn't get all the we can't go into the graphic detail of it, but there were parts that we did skip over on this when we were coming up with it because we didn't want to cover. He would grab them by their hair and hang them by one arm with one handcuff. He unfortunately thought one of the girls was pregnant and would force feed her bread, where she ended up either dying because of that, because they didn't give her water, or because of the torture, or because she had an infection.
Yeah.
He also had a makeshift with a battery and some cables, like a taser, and would tase these women.
Electrocute them. Yeah, it was crazy. He had the one
in the bathtub,
like you said, that he thought was pregnant. He had her hanging by one arm.
Mm-hmm. And then he took her off and laid her down to see if she would recover, because he still thought she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Even though it hasn't been confirmed if she ever was.
And when you say hanging by one arm, I think it's worth saying it was for days.
Oh yeah, days.
It wasn't
one
like for a couple
time.
hours or something like that. It was for days.
It is.
Yeah.
The amount that these women went through, and for one of them to even get out, is extremely, extremely, I don't even know the right word to put into it.
So one of the victims, to punish her, he of course beat her, and then he took her upstairs, killed her, and then he decided.
We're not going to go into the part of what he did with that. If you know the Dahmer case, you know what he did to her.
Oh, I thought we were describing that.
No, we're not going to go into that. Somebody just said, please don't.
Oh.
Well, that's what we do here. So go ahead. Tom.
Yeah, that is what we do here. I mean, you are listening to the Murder Podcast Show, so yeah, we're not going to sugarcoat it. I do apologize, but we're not going to talk about starburst and rainbows. And anyways, so he took her upstairs, he killed her, and then he thought, what do I do? How am I going to dispose of her? And the women downstairs all of a sudden heard a power saw fire up. He actually dismembered her and cut her up into several pieces. And then instead of just disposing of her, he decided,
They realized
I'm going to cook her.
that he had cut her up when the dog that was at the house had came downstairs with a big meaty bone.
Yeah, in its mouth. So then he put her rib cage in the oven and then her head in a pot and boiled it on the stove.
And he showed one of the other girls the oven with
Yeah.
the ribs cooking like a roast. He
Yeah.
had it dressed up as a roast.
Yes. And the women said it was a horrible smell coming downstairs, and it got so bad at one point, neighbors called
Yeah,
police.
pissed off the neighborhood.
Yeah. And he ended up telling the police.
His excuse, yeah.
Yeah, his excuse was, I overcooked the roast. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, bad roast dinner. Sorry.
So
and the fact that they bought that, I mean, don't you smell that? I mean,
that's the thing is, how do you not look further into that? I mean, we're talking this was in what, 87, 86 or something like that.
87.
So maybe things were different back then. I mean, maybe police weren't really suspecting a lot of that at that time.
right.
I don't know, but overcooked roast, I mean, I can't even imagine what he was doing, what that smelled like, the flesh from the skull and stuff cooking, boiling. But I don't know, maybe the cops just took his word for it, because like they said in the beginning, we stated that his home looked, normal on the outside, so people weren't really
Right.
suspecting what was going on.
Well, it's good now. At least now we got like cadaver dogs and stuff
Oh.
like that, and that kind of thing. Like back then, I know they didn't have I don't know. Did they have trained dogs back in the 80s? I have no idea.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know if they did.
Not for that, maybe.
I think you at least got to have some kind of an understanding of like, hey, that doesn't smell like a burnt roast. I don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we were down here. Sorry, we just this doesn't really describe to you, so we want to give you, details. And I actually have a interview video of him. It's real short. It's like 1:10 that I will play here in just a couple of minutes. Now that I got all this figured out, you won't hear, echoes and all that junk going on.
Yeah,
So
it is the interview we watched. Like,
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
like it's baffling. This guy, he just, yeah, well, I didn't know what the hell to do with her, so I cut her up and then I fucking cooked
And-
it. I
and
mean,
this guy is-
whatever. He's
He's
just,
no nonchalant. Like he had no signs of emotion, no
and
empathy.
he thinks that like everybody else is like rational, like next steps forward after doing that to somebody would be the same thing that he was looking at the guy like, yeah, you would do the same thing as me, right?
Mm.
Like it just
yeah. So I'm actually going to bring that.
like
I'm
no,
actually-
Gary, we wouldn't do that.
I'm actually going to bring that up now, and we will.
As a matter of fact, it's a little over the top, Gary.
Here's the interview real quick with him. 1:14.
I was conscious enough to know that was a conscious act on my part, and that was essentially the reason.
To drown out that noise, for sure.
Well, they might like a little entertainment too. At first, I tried to make it nice, right?
Yeah, how did you do that, Gary?
I was holding parties there for one thing. I consciously knew I was trying to hide the evidence. Nothing was working. I was trying to find something that worked that would make them shut up to stop hollering.
So you had a progressive kind of infliction of pain on these women.
I was trying to find something that would make them behave.
But it was painful to them.
I hope so. That's what I was trying to achieve, to make them behave. They go down in the hole in the morning, board goes over the top of the hole with the sandbags and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then they stay down there till roughly about 8 at night. I dismembered the body and I started burning it on the stove. If I was a torturer, why would I have waited so long to start a torture? The torture and the pains didn't start until really after January 29th. I'm sitting there, trying to figure out what the hell to do, what the to do, I started chopping up the body.
And
Yeah. So, well, I don't want this video to play.
cadaver dogs were used in 1987. The first official use of one dates back to 1974, but they've been utilized since the early 1800s in various cases. So they did have cadaver dogs back then.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you can see, like Chris said in that video, he's like, but then if you notice, he starts to like tear up there. That's why he says chopping up the body, because he's like,
Yeah.
and it's like you're starting to feel
But it's kind of
remorse.
it's really weird the way he says it though. It's like cartoonish. If you
Yeah.
think about the way he said it.
Yeah.
It was very, well, I don't know, George. Tell me about the rabbits, George. Very style.
Tell me
Like
about
if you
the
hear the way he said
rabbits,
it.
George.
Wow.
That was great. We need a horn just for that. That was great.
That's a celebratory horn there.
I didn't do anything wrong.
No, that was awesome though.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
we did the horn.
Okay.
So anyways,
You
continuing
go,
on,
love mice and men on us.
when
I like
police
that line. It's funny.
when police entered the basement, they were confronted with a scene that seasoned officers struggled to process. Now that's crazy. When you have officers that have been in their line of work for a long time and they're even like, what is going on
Well,
here?
in one of those interviews, the police officer said that it was unlike anything they'd ever seen.
Yeah. Yep. So the restraints in the pit and the conditions, the evidence of prolonged captivity.
The women were alive, frightened, exhausted, but alive. Officers moved quickly to free them, to get them medical attention, to get them out of the place that had held them for months. There was a total of 7 women. 2 of them died. And he was going to replace one of the ones that died.
There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, it's so Heidnik was arrested immediately. He didn't resist. He didn't deny what he'd done. He seemed almost detached from the reality of the situation, which is crazy because you think something like that, the guy would be trying to, fight for his life there. Kind of like Silence of the Lambs when she went in to finally get him in his house.
Yeah.
Remember? He was putting up a fight. But yeah, he's just like, okay, here, go ahead, put the cuffs on.
Investigators spent days documenting the basement, cataloging evidence, interviewing survivors, piecing together the timeline of events. And the more they uncovered, the more disturbing the picture became.
This wasn't a crime of passion. This wasn't a moment of madness. This was a calculated, deliberate pattern of, let's see if I can get this, don't honk that horn, cruelty.
Yes, good job. Yay, Tim.
Yeah, that's great. I get a star for my sticker chart.
Pew! Heidnik's trial began in 1988. That's 1 year before I was born. Prosecutors presented overwhelming evidence. Physical evidence from the basement, testimony from survivors, financial records, and psychological evaluations.
The survivors testified with unimaginable courage. They described the conditions, the fear, the manipulation.
Good job.
They spoke clearly, firmly, and determined to make sure the truth was heard.
Heidnik's defense attempted to argue insanity. They claimed he was delusional, incapable of understanding the consequences of his actions.
But the jury did not buy it. The planning, the structure, and the control, it all pointed to a man who knew exactly what he was doing.
He was convicted on multiple counts of kidnapping, assault, and murder. He was sentenced to death.
Heidnik was executed in 1999, but the legacy of his crimes, they still remain. The survivors carried the trauma for the rest of their lives, and the city of Philadelphia was left with scars.
Yeah, he was actually the last. I believe he was the last person to be put to death in Pennsylvania.
Was he really?
Yeah, actually back then, because I think in 2015 they were like the governor. There was a moratorium. Like I don't know if they commuted sentences or what they did exactly. I think a lot of people went back and got resentenced. There were a lot of retrials and things going on out there. They still have the death penalty in Pennsylvania, and there still are people. I think they're one of the larger states actually as far as death row goes.
Really?
But nobody's being executed. So there's a stay on that right now. So for the last 10 years, they put a stop to the actual
You are correct.
implementation.
He was put to death on July 6th by lethal injection in 1999.
Wow, that's so. I'd like to look up sometime and see what states still have the death penalty. I think Ohio does.
They do.
Yeah, I'm
very
just
well,
curious.
I thought there was one that's trying to bring back the firing squad.
There is.
Well, there's ones that have it still, I believe.
I forget where that
In
was.
the United
Like
States?
Idaho, maybe South Carolina. There's a couple of them that still have things on the books that allow them to do. Yeah.
Oh, you get the death penalty. Okay, what kind? Firing squad.
That's
No! And
yeah.
the guy can't aim.
Well, there's one.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it Idaho or is it another place where you can request it? I think.
Request it?
Yeah, well, I think you can like request
What?
a certain.
Hold on, I gotta look this up.
Wow. Yeah, we got to look some of these up because I'm just curious.
'Cause they
Which
were all state driven. I mean, these guys were, a lot
Yeah.
of those rules and laws and things. They vary dramatically.
5 U.S. states are currently authorized to use the firing squad.
Wow.
South Carolina,
Yeah.
Utah, Idaho, Mississippi, and Oklahoma.
So I got 2 of them. That's pretty good. It's not bad for me.
Could you imagine though being sent like it's the day that you're supposed to be executed and you get a team of people who can't shoot and miss you and you just get mortally wounded, not dead?
It's not really how it works.
no. Is it like the firing squad, like how they fired into Bonnie and Clyde's car? Where they because excuse me, I feel like they did an excessive amount of bullets laid into that car.
It was a wee bit, over the
was-
top. I mean,
I
but
think
I don't think it's like back in the day when they had the guy with the axe and your head was on the block, and then they'd intentionally like get the guy drunk the night before so that he wouldn't be able to do his job well, or they'd make the
Oh,
axe
God.
blunt or
guillotine?
something like that.
Yeah.
I mean that kind of crap.
But no, so with the firing squad, is it just one person shoots you or is it like 7? Because then if it's one person, it's not a squad.
I kind of wonder if do they actually? Because in a lot of cases, I've heard that when they, and I could be completely wrong about this, so somebody tell me if I'm nuts, but I've heard in many cases that they'll have like 3 switches to throw in an electric chair situation, and they'll have 3 guys, and only one of the switches will be a hot. That way, none of those 3 guys know that they killed that person.
Yeah.
So that it alleviates
Oh.
responsibility. So I would think in a firing squad situation, I think it would probably make sense to have 5 guys or 3 guys that are well aimed marksmen
Mhm.
that are gonna put one right between your eyes, and have 2 of them with blanks and 1 of them with an actual shot.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't. Okay.
So I don't know that they do that. I just seems like it would make sense to me. It would kind of alleviate some
Yeah.
responsibility for, I don't know.
Now there was one girl out of the few that he really liked that he didn't really do a whole lot of torture to, right?
That was the one that he ended up killing. The one that he thought was pregnant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to
And then he
remember
tried
her
to
name.
get Georgia. There was like Jacqueline. It was Jacqueline. Because remember I commented, I was like, I didn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
One of the victims' names was the same as me, which was
Oh.
crazy. But no, yeah, you're right. That was the one that he would take care of, that he like
I
showed
thought that was
everything to.
Josephina.
Josephina,
Yeah.
but there was a Jacqueline.
Oh, yeah. There
There
was.
was a Jacqueline.
Yeah, they both start with J's.
Yeah.
Tomato. So, yeah, it.
But he made her sign a confession type thing. And I mean confession, it was like you helped me with this.
Oh,
So
yes.
an accomplice. So that way if he got arrested, he could say, well, such and such helped me.
Well, he showed it to
torture
her and
this
said,
person.
"Look, if you screw with me," and it was just another way of putting her in control. He's like, "Hey, if you mess around, like I can take this and I can give this to the cops and prove that you helped me do it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You signed it under extreme duress, being chained up in my basement. Like I'm sure your signature means a hell of a lot."
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
That's gonna go a long way for you there, Gare.
No, and then so the way that he would electrocute them, which is crazy, he would take from a regular outlet, he would take the wiring, and then he would expose it, peel,
Yeah, he just
expose the
split
wire,
it and
and then he would touch their chains with it, and it would create that electrical current, the arc, that would go through and would electrocute them. And then he would do the same thing when he put them down in the pit. He'd fill it up with water, and then he'd stick that down in there in the water to create the same thing.
Mhm.
And it's like, holy shit, man. That's just
Yeah.
rough. I mean, along with all the other torturing that is getting done and that you're having done to you, now you're getting that on top of it. Then the smells, and then going upstairs and being shown that one girl that got shown, the girl that was killed and cooked. I mean, could you even imagine just the amount of trauma that these girls, the one, that got out, or the couple of them that did that,
5 of them escaped. Well,
it's,
didn't escape. 1 escaped, 4 got rescued, 2 died.
oh, it's crazy. I couldn't even imagine that amount of, that's, PTSD to the max right there. So
The case became a chilling reminder of how evil can hide in plain sight. How someone who looks like a neighbor can be something far darker.
it also exposed gaps in the system, missed warnings, overlooked reports, failures that Heidnik, to continue his crimes for far too long. So that failure, gaps in the system, and missed, warnings, that's like you were saying, Chris, when he told him that he overcooked the roast.
Yeah.
That's a missed warning. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a missed sign right there. And I'm sure that officer that checked up to that call or ever, he probably later
Yeah, I
on was
hope you
like,
kind of
oh
feel
crap.
like shit, right? I hope you do. I hope you're moving traffic now.
But it also highlighted the strength of the survivors, their resilience, their courage, their determination to reclaim their lives.
The story of Gary Heidnik isn't about him. It's about the women who endured the unendurable, women who fought for their lives in a place designed to erase them.
Their strength, their survival, is the heart of the story, not the man who tried to break them.
So yeah, I mean, this one here, this is a little bit, because there's not like a whole lot of stuff on this guy. I mean, there is, but this is it didn't last long. It only lasted for like a year.
Mhm.
It was like 86 to 87,
yeah.
and then he was executed
In
in
99.
Yeah, so his killing, if it weren't for those women, getting out and stuff, but his killing didn't, it's not like some of these guys where we talk about where they're murdering for years and years and years.
If
And
he
then they
hadn't-
get away with it and they vanish for 20 years and then they finally get caught or
Yeah.
something
Do
like
you
that. This was
think that if he hadn't cut that one woman up, like he hadn't killed those 2 women, hadn't cut the one up, if he ever actually would have been caught?
Oh, well, I mean, hard to say. I mean, eventually. I mean, you see the same thing with Ariel Castro,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
a
yeah.
matter of time before, and there was the one time where that girl climbed halfway out the window and she screamed for somebody to help her. The
Yeah.
fact of the matter is that nobody was around or nearby or happened to notice for some reason.
I think that
And-
was Amanda Berry.
Oh, no, I mean, in this case.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you were still talking about Castro.
No, we'll get to that one
That actually
eventually.
worked because the neighbor did hear, but in
Very
this
popular
case,
song now, too.
it was Josephina that was halfway out a window,
I believe
and he ended
so.
up pulling her back into the house,
Yeah.
and like nobody noticed. It's like, well, shit.
Yeah. How do you not? I mean, unless it was during the day, maybe there was a lot of noise or something going on outside. But if that would have been at night,
Right. Well, it could have been in the middle of winter. Nobody could have been outside. It could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the circumstances
Yeah.
exactly surrounding, but still, I mean, there's always going to be those small opportunities, and I think eventually, hopefully, they talked about devising a plan to fight the guy, and then they were talking about potentially that one of the girls had leaked that information to him in order to absolve her from the situation, because when one of them did something
They
to
all got
piss him
punished.
off, all of them got beat.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which
He
is
was a equal opportunity punisher.
But eventually, I think that they either would have fought back, something would have happened, or somebody would have had to notice what was going on.
and these were all prostitutes too, because he would frequent fly.
Mhm.
I remember them saying he would frequent fly prostitute corners and stuff where they were working. And he had brought one girl back and she had told him, I'm not a prostitute, listen. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Well,
Come
I'll
inside
give
and
you
let's
a
just have
ride
food.
home.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? So that's what it seemed like. That's what he was doing this to prostitutes. And
If you got a guy cruising by that wants to find a prostitute and you're not one and he offers you a ride home, you probably should not take that
You're
ride.
probably a prostitute.
Well, no, you probably should just not take that ride because his intentions are not to get you to a safe place. His intentions
Or to
being
use
out
you.
and about to find
a victim or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, his next prey or
or at
whatever.
least from her point of view, he was at least out like
Trying to find a
trying
use.
a sexual
Yeah.
reason
Yeah.
for his
His needs.
She probably was a prostitute too. She probably just kind of felt creeped out.
She
She's
got
like,
weird
I'm not a
vibes.
prostitute. But then to be like, oh, want me to give you a ride back or a ride
Yeah,
home?
okay.
It's like,
Well,
yeah,
I said he was socially
sure.
awkward, so maybe
Yeah.
maybe he struck her as a cop.
Could have been.
you
Yeah.
know? So
Oh.
who knows?
That's very good. See, that's why we pay him the big bucks over there. So
Yeah.
he just got his check for $250,000 from the podcast company here.
Right.
They gave me 25 cents, but
Mm-hmm.
You got paid. I only got a penny.
but
I live
no,
in a small house. It's a front. Actually, I just try to keep everything on the down low.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
appearances and such.
Yeah.
you know.
yeah, nobody can compete with the thousands and thousands I keep in the closet over here behind me, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But no, this whole thing is and this story was actually brought to us by a fan that does follow and listen to the show. And when we were told about this, we're like, really? Because none of us had ever really heard of them. And
Yeah, like I don't think I've ever heard the guy's name in my life.
yeah, which there's going to be a lot of them out there that we haven't heard of. Just because we do a show doesn't mean we know every single one of them.
Mhm.
But and then we looked into it and started getting into it, and it's like, holy shit,
Yeah,
this guy's
I read about it.
off the rails.
Watch a documentary
there
or
are,
two. Like
there
it's,
are some documentaries out there you can watch on him, but just my heart truly does go out to these women that had to be involved in this. And I mean, that's just wild.
Yeah.
I-
Didn't you say you drove by the prison one time that he was in and it's
yeah,
still
a
operational?
week ago. I was cruising out. He was in Rockview out near State College, I think in Bellefonte or PA. And I drove by there and I wondered, I looked at this massive prison, like, man, I kind of wonder if that's still in operation, and sure enough, it seems as if it is. So
Wow.
they're still doing business there.
So how far is that from here, hours wise?
About 4 hours.
About 4?
Something
That's
from
not
where
bad.
we're at, yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Gary Heidnik, he was quite the crazy one, for sure. Next week.
Oh my God, you guys, are you ready for this?
This is yeah.
Are you ready? I don't think you're ready.
I don't think you're ready.
I don't
I
think
don't
you're
think you
ready.
are. Okay, hold on to
We're
your
gonna-
sofas.
We're going to cover America's most hated mother.
We'll give you 10 seconds to figure it out in your head who you think it is. I'm just kidding. I didn't give you 10 seconds. We're going to be covering Casey Marie Anthony. So
yeah, we hope you guys are ready to tune in, talk to us, and listen to us cover this case. We know it's more about a trial, but we cannot wait to dig into it with you. Also, if we do horn count, you lost.
Yeah, that's great. Nobody wanted to talk about that. Nobody brought up horn count in the chat, so I think everybody forgot about it. But yeah, this one is going to be, and we're actually, I'm actually requesting information from the FOIA.
Yeah, we're going hard on this one.
Yeah, and I've been on the FBI site and trying to dig. So this one you're not going to want to miss. I mean, trust me, it's in the title of the show.
Be big.
She literally is America's most hated, mother. And she's still out there now doing her thing. So, but we'll get into all that. So Casey, Anthony next week.
And
it's
the
going to be on
mysterious
here.
banishment of Kaylee.
Yeah, it's crazy story, sad
Crazy
story,
case of
but
Kaylee.
once again, we do thank a little bit of a shorter one this week, but that's okay though.
After last week, we needed it.
We'll take it. Yeah. So anyways, we do thank everybody for always listening and supporting. And if you don't already subscribe to our channel here, please do subscribe and click the little bell button. That way you will get, notified every time we go live on here, which is usually every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to go over and follow our Tiki Taki channel and our Facebook and Instagram.
And if you guys have any recommendations, always reach out. I'm in charge of all those, so I'll reach back out to you guys and hear a little bit more.
Yes, please do reach out. Classroom Jackie checks that throughout the week, and she will respond back to you. Other than that, thank you gume.
Oh, David, we know that already. There's a reason we're following her and we're covering her case next week. He let me know that she is currently making money as a blogger.
Oh, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, guys, other than that, we'll see you next week, and I will let Jackie take you out of here for the night.
Same crime time, same crime place.